Yesterday we sitting on the couch, we chopping it up, bucka. You know how I go? And she's like, yeah, I had to make a will and I had to put people in charge of my body and my money. God forbid anything happen. So I'm all engaged. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Nothing's gonna happen to you. A pretty girl and you kinda smart. So they probably gonna have you in the office. But she's like, yeah, but you never know because they're gonna give me a gun. I get that, but you're gonna be straight. But she goes, just in case though. But if I do die, I left everything to my dad. So I paused for a second. I said, huh? Yeah, I left everything to my dad. I feel like he'll do the right thing. I said, everything? Yeah. I said, you know, the car? Yeah. I bought you the car. All your jewelry? Yeah. I bet. You know what? You're right. Your dad a good guy. Pucka. I ain't even gonna be in your chest like that. So I go to the room. I'm watching TV, all in my feelings. You know, a tear fall from my eye. Like, damn, I ain't get nothing. You couldn't leave me the car so I could remember you by? Nah, you gonna get it to your daddy. All right, bet. She go, yo, can I go to get a crumble cookie? That's fine. Make sure you buy your daddy a cookie. So she go to crumble cookie. On the way to crumble cookie, she called me. Yo, Rob, my car's shaking over 40. I said, oh man, it's probably something to do with your tires. Pull over, check if you got something in your tire.
Homeownership is often considered
sure enough, she got a flat.
The American dream.
She's like, yeah, I got a flat. What do I do? Call your motherfucking daddy.
You're muted.
What's wrong? I'm sorry. So after watching that video, we're going to go ahead, be blunt. We're going to get right into it like we always do. So you guys stepdads, they spend time, money, emotion, nurturing, resources for the family. So my question is, if a child grows up, turn around and give their loyalty to the other father that wasn't there instead of the step parent, do you consider men who are stepfathers fools, or they just were a provider source?
Hold on, say that again.
So I'm asking, is being a stepdad a game for fools? Based
I don't know. It all depends on the dynamic. If I was a stepfather and I know for a fact that I know that role, you know what I'm saying? I know that this is not my biological kid, but you know, dating this woman, it's a package. But at the same time, if I know that this child father is still active, you kind of know as a grown man, like, you know, when it comes to decisions like that, you already know that, you know, if you got to sign a will or something over, it's going to go to the father. So it's just like, it depends on the dynamic. Now that father, I'm pretty sure, I don't like it kind of confused me because she was like, maybe he can change his life. So it sounded like that he wasn't active, but she still kind of had strong feelings towards her dad because that's her dad. You know what I'm saying? But as a child, you know, you always going to have that, hey, this is my dad, you know, hey, this is my stepfather, you know. Yeah, like I said, it all depends on the dynamic of the, you know, of the household, or how, you know, the mom raised the children, how the mom interact with, you know what I'm saying? It's always to me, it's always a dynamic in that household. But like I said, if you know that, you know, you're a stepdad and they still have an active father, you already know that they're gonna always convert back to their father.
Anybody else?
I'm gonna say it's just
jump in. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead, Tony. Nope, you're up.
All right, Tim. It depends on the individual, because I mean it depends on the man, because some men are willing to share things, and some men are totally territorial. And if you territorial, I mean, you might get in your feelings about that child loving their father, even though they're not there. And while, you know, most men think logically, so the logical thing is, if the father's not in their life, how do you still love this person? And because it has nothing to do with logic, it's just natural love and yearning for a person that probably looks like them. You know what I mean? And so it's just one of them things. Like I raised my daughter by myself. I was a single father, but I knew that my daughter needed her mother, but her mother was acting like a typical father, if you will. And my daughter yearned for the love of her mother, although she wasn't present. And when I got remarried, my wife could not fill those shoes. It just wasn't there. Like, no matter what she did, my daughter just yearned for her mother. So I mean, it's just one of those things. And at the same time, I'm just one of the proponents that say, you know, I don't believe in being step parents. It's not rewarding. Let's just say that.
Well, I
So that's
also
like,
like it also depends on the you know, the age as well. You know what I'm saying? Like if you come in this child life at a very young age, that's a big difference. But like if you come in and it's you know, that child is almost like 8 to 10 years old, that's you know, that's a big difference as well.
Yeah, I would fully agree with that. It's just so hard to tell from that father's hurt, you know, what the whole situation is. How active is her real father versus a stepfather?
Yeah,
but I'll tell you one thing
but
that struck me was, if I was a stepfather, and I'm not, so I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes, I don't think I'd be expecting anything from my kids. You know, you're not a stepfather to get something from your kids. I mean,
Right.
I can see why it would hurt him, but still, he doesn't have, you know, you don't do it to get stuff back.
And that's why I say it depends on the individual.
well, I think based off the video, I'm gonna assume that the father wasn't around for real. So I'm assuming that this man raised this child. Well, I can't say that because she called him Rob, but that don't necessarily mean that either, because my kids, because I had to think about it. When I was very young, well, my oldest one calls him by his name, so she was about, I think, 11 or 12. So she considers him her dad, but she calls him by his name. Now, my son calls him dad, and everyone else after that calls him dad. So when I look at that video and I'm thinking of the dynamic, I guess I'll just start with my second child, my son. He was 2 when we met. I think that would probably hurt him. Now, I guess, I don't know, I'm not a man, so that's why I'm presenting the question to y'all. But if we thinking about just the time, the resources, the bonding, football games, we thinking about everything it is, like this, you've loved this child like your own. And then they grow up, and not saying, Tim, that he expected none. It was probably, to me, I guess, more like a whoa. You know what I mean? Like, what? I guess that was just a emotional blow. I guess he probably felt like all his work was in vain. And I've actually been hearing a lot of men say that being a step daddy is nothing you should actually choose. Don't you think, Spaces?
I think if I'm going to assume the stepfather role and 100% dedicate my time and resources to you, then you're not calling me by my first name. Might not call me daddy, or, you know, you might not call me the same title as you call your biological father, but you're calling me a title that reflects how it is that I'm impacting your life. Period.
Let's get an example of that, Spaces.
Yeah, I need an
yeah,
example.
I'm like, what else example besides dad?
I mean, you know, some people do actually refer to their biological parent, male parent, as father, like that. Like, you know, what's the movie? Was it Waiting to Exhale? When the I forget what it was, but the mother was obviously had his father and the man that she was dealing with. He called his biological male parent father, and he called the man that was taking a role of his father in his life dad. So I'm saying, like, you're not gonna, regardless of whatever you call your biological parent, male parent, you're not calling me by my first name.
Are you saying, so what if they, because Well, that would be a little hard because we talking about, like we said, the age of the child. So are you saying that you would expect, say you came into and it was in a 12, 11-year-old, 13, 14, whatever, anywhere up there, you would expect them, because usually those things come natural when whatever they call. I never told my kids to call his dad. It's just what it was. He did. That's what he heard. That's what he called him. But like I said, he was super young. But my daughter does not call him that. I would never make her do that. But that's just something if she wanted to do. Now, when she refers to him, she say my dad if she's talking to other people, but she doesn't call him that. So would you expect a teenager or to do that? I don't think that'll be that simple as you think it is.
Well, it slightly depends on the role of the father in the child's life. Well, I mean, in this particular example, this father is absent. This dude took over basically the entire role, and you're calling him by his first name. And part of that is against my upbringing to refer to a person that is of a certain age gap between me as their first name without some sort of prefix on it.
I think that's a telltale sign of like where he came into the child's life, because there's no way that he came into that child's life, that girl's life at a young age, and she started calling him by his first name. She couldn't have been 4 or 3 calling him by his first name, because she'd have to be instructed on what to call him, you know. So I mean, I think that's a tale. But like I said, I've been in 2 relationships with so-called stepkids, if you will. One situation where I played father completely and they called me dad, and one where I said, you know what, the second time around I was like, I'm not getting into that, and they called me by my first name, and I had no problem with it because I'm not your dad. I don't even play your dad. These children had a dad and he was their dad, and I was their mother's significant other. And I mean, I had no problem with it, but I just know it's not what most men want. I can't speak for all men, but I know most men. If you want children around, you want them to be yours, because this idea of having unconditional love for a child is not your flesh and blood. You doing too much. That's my personal opinion. You're doing too, because it's gonna be difficult. I mean, we're human, so we have a level of understanding that I could never treat a child bad. If these are my so-called stepchildren, I'm not, and I have my children in the household, I'm not gonna feed my kids and not feed these other kids. I'm not gonna do things like that to separate them or make them bicker between each other. But at the same time, it's a level of, with stepkids, you have to ask yourself, are you disciplining them out of discipline or anger? Because if it's your child, you don't even have to ask yourself, because you love your children. But the complexity of being a step parent is just too much to even try. I mean, just have your own children. I don't understand the problem with just having your own children.
And that's why I think like the waters of these types of conversation are so muddy that
Agree.
generally if a person, people with children should date people with children, and people who don't have children should date people who don't have children. Because me personally, going into the situation, and I agree with, I believe is what, well, I guess all you guys said. It does depend on the age. I can see it depending on the age of the child, because hypothetically speaking, the child is 22 years old already. They're already out of the house. Not much of my resources will be going to them, right? Well, I won't say guaranteed out of the house, but not much of my resources will be going to them. They'll be fending for themselves, whether they're in the house or out of the house. They'll be working, right? Whereas if I come into the picture and you're 8, or even you're 14, because we got in hypothetical, and I'm living in the mindset of the mother and myself actually like living together, bringing resources together. My money is dedicated to your livelihood. I'm taking you to sports games or dedicating to helping you get back and forth to different things. Even when you graduate high school, I'm going to help you if should life go in the direction of you moving on to a campus in college. I'm going to help you do that. unless again, going along with the video, the biological father isn't in the picture. So as far as the term, like giving me, not calling me by my first name, if I'm putting that kind of effort into you, absolutely.
Can they call you Mr. Spaces? They gotta call you Mr.
I don't know.
Because I think that'd be weird too.
Because I mean, imagine, think about it like
I
this.
would say for me,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I know with me, and I believe I made a video about this. Preferably, I want my son to start his own family. I would rather them start their own family. I would rather them not be with a baby mama and try to make that his life. I would prefer that. I also know, is it many women out here without kids? It's almost unavoidable, ain't it? Unless you getting even the young ones.
Yeah, there's more women out here with children than men, but it's not a whole lot. It's probably like somewhere about 8% more.
Okay.
But I'll say one other thing about that video, Nikki, that stood out for me was how clueless that young lady was. I mean, why would she lay that on her father or on her stepfather like that? It just seemed like she had no sense of his feelings. And if you were going to tell your stepfather something like that, seems like you'd want to do it in a more gentle way than just like lay it on him. So maybe there's something else at work there. I don't know.
And you know how the way he was saying it, it was almost like a matter of fact. Like she didn't even think that it would affect him some kind of way. It was just like, hey, this would happen, da da da. And I'm like, what? You know. So I get his feelings. I can understand now how that'd be hurtful.
Well, he got hurt because he said he bought her a car and then she left everything to her mom. So that's where his feelings got hurt. Like, damn, even a car that I bought. So I mean, like I said,
I get why
it's always.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's always the dynamic of the household, and it's always like I think it's truly up to the mother to make, you know, boundaries and how to set them boundaries in their household. Because I know some people who grew up with stepfathers and they look at them like hey, that's my dad. You know what I'm saying? He's been there for me for, you know, since I was young, and I seen that. And then you know, like I said, it depends on how active the biological father is. And like I said, if I'm in a relationship and the biological father is really active, to me, that's easy on me because it's just like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I can just focus on, you know, the companionship with the woman. You know, will I interact with the children? Yes. You know, I want them to respect me and I'm going to respect them as
But can you? Is that the only dynamic you focusing on? Because that's part of the reason why one of the reasons I prefer my son to just create his own family. Because you still don't know the kind of ex-boyfriend or whatever she has. We don't know the dynamic. We don't know if he'll crash dummy. We don't know if you know what I mean. So it's a lot of dynamics, drama that you don't necessarily have to deal with if you wasn't with somebody that got a baby daddy in the picture that's emotionally unintelligent, I guess, for lack of better words, or still in love with the baby mama. But they'll never say it, but their actions show it. You got men that, well, I guess that's not really relevant, but they do act funny. But so are you really? I don't want my son to have to go through that. I don't want him arguing with nobody's baby daddy. You know, like I said, because you know how I feel. A lot of the things that happen to me, especially when we talk about them getting locked up, unalived in jail, a lot of that stuff stems from behind situations of women, whether it be a woman and called and said, somebody's messing with me, come help me, or whatever the case may be. A lot of that stuff be caused by a woman.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you would know
unintentionally, that. But I think.
Yeah, but like that's when you have conversations and communications.
And that's what I was thinking about with this. It's like, in one hand, yeah, absolutely. The mother has to, I'm going to use my phrase, it's going to have to put the child into place. Because like Carlos said, I bought you a car.
And you laughing at your father day.
You give it to a man that's not even active in your life. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was thinking. Like the mother's gonna have to put the child in place and let her know that, let her know the significance of the man that is active in her life. And then after she has that conversation with her, they have a conversation as a family to let them know what's going on, because that to me is like one of the ultimate
Diabolical.
slap in your face, bro.
I mean, like his response is like, "Hey," but look what he said. He say, "Hey, I think you need a wheel or something wrong with your wheel." Like he ain't just leave her out to dry. He was like, "Hey, something wrong with your front end." And then he like, "Well, I think you need to call your father, since you purposely said that you leaving all this to your father. So evidently you have strong feelings towards your father. So my whole thing as a stepdad, I think I need to navigate you towards your father, because you look up to him more than you look up to me. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's your father at the end of the day. But the only thing I can, as a stepfather, hey, I can tell you what's wrong with it. Hey, this is what's wrong with it. But I think you need to call your father, especially after, what I just experienced. Like, I'm not going to keep, I'm not going to keep getting my feelings hurt. I'm not going to keep providing, knowing that, hey, I know how your mind is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's nothing like, it's nothing wrong with that. Like, hey, you need to ask your father for this now.
It
But
actually is something wrong with that.
I was gonna say,
so
you
Carlos,
don't think that was a
It's
bit petty?
It's exactly, that's a level of pettiness. Because at the end of the day, here's the thing: you have been providing what you've been providing, and like Tim said, you supposed to be providing whatever it is you're doing with no level of expectancy. You shouldn't be expecting anything from it. You're doing it because you feel like it's your duty. So now all of a sudden you feel the need to pull back your duties because of how you feel. And again, to me, that's a woman's trait. That's not the trait of a man. And I ain't talking about a male. That's not a trait of a man. So if you've been doing this for her, you continue to do it for her, and you set your feelings aside. You can feel that way. Totally fine to feel that way. But to pull the move that you pulling because number one, number two, you talking to a child. She's still a child. So her mind is developed as a child. So her doing this is childlike movement. And at the same time, it's like in the Bible with the prodigal son, you provide people what they need based on what they need. So when this little girl, this child, looks at her father, her real father, he probably ain't got nothing. And maybe that's why she said, I'm gonna get this car to my father who ain't got nothing. Cause why would I leave it to my father who gave it to me, who got everything? And see, like I said, a man can see it that way, but somebody with a childish mentality or somebody that rely on their feelings to think wouldn't see it that way.
She's in the army.
And
Yeah,
that,
she had just went to the army.
Yeah.
okay, what does that mean? She's learning it. That's her entering a situation of gaining discipline. So what does discipline have to do with, like I said, logical thinking when it comes to looking at something that someone needs and where to put things in that perspective? Because again, like I said about my daughter, her mother's, to me personally, she's a bum. But my daughter don't look at her like that. She's gonna look at her like as my mama. And my mama would need my car more than my dad would. So I'm gonna leave it to my mother and me as her being her father in that same with the situation. If she sees it like that, that is what it is. I don't need a car. I don't need the car I gave my daughter. So she can leave it to her mama. Make sense?
No,
All right.
no, man. 'Cause
Okay.
maybe I'm just different. I think I'm full on with the idea of reciprocity, and I'm not doing anything specifically for anyone specifically because I want something in return. But if I do something for you, I do expect you to show the same love.
And that you
Yeah,
said it. We did. You said it best. We different. I don't do anything for anybody looking for something in return, and especially not from them. First of all, everything that I get comes from God. Let's start there. So with that being said, that's who I expect everything from, God. So when I do anything for anybody, if I did something for you, I don't expect nothing from you because everything I get comes from above. I do it for you on behalf of where things really come from. So like you said, we different. That's why
yeah,
I don't need it from. I don't need it. I don't need things from everybody that I pour into, because where everything pours from pours into me. So yeah, we're different, and that's okay.
Yeah, we're different. I just and it's just you look out for me, I look out for you. It's just like that, and it's not gonna. That's not
I
gonna
used
be.
to look at, I used to feel like that. I
That's
know
not
it.
gonna
That's why
be.
I said I know it. I definitely know where you come from, because I
It,
used to think like that. But the reality is, and I'm sure you've experienced it, it don't work out that way.
and
So
I don't expect it to be a one for one situation every single time, right?
I feel
Because
you.
I personally am a giving person, right? So
But you don't
if
want it
I
to be a 20 for one either, right?
20 for one is ridiculous. Why would you? That's so. Are you telling me that you're a 20 for one?
No, no, sir. And that's not what I'm
Okay,
saying.
I'm
But what
gonna
I'm saying
say.
That's
is,
exactly what you. That's exactly what you said. That's what I got from that.
no. I'm saying I don't pour into anybody with expectation for something in return. But at the same time, I won't be used. And on top of that, what I'm definitely not gonna do is have a conversation with you about it and say, hey man, I can't keep doing for you and you don't do for me. I just cut it off and then I move on with life.
I
So
got
And
so
hopefully you learn the lesson. And if you don't, I don't. It's not even my lesson to teach or learn.
so you said you're okay with cutting it off. So you would at
Yes,
that
sir.
point be like, yeah, I'm not doing nothing else for this child because
Because I'm
clearly she
seeing
doesn't
you. No, no,
understand the
no, no, no.
gravity
Wait, wait,
of me
not a
buying a
child.
car
Not a
for
child.
her.
Not a child.
And
Not
that
a
is a
child.
whole lot of money that I just poured into you that you're clearly giving to somebody else. You don't recognize the significance of it.
Mm, uh, now,
It's
see, we
different with
getting
a
into
kid.
we getting into the weeds with it because we don't really know if this was a trap car or we don't, you know. But you assuming that it's a significant
Uh,
amount of money, and we also
5,000,
assuming that it's
7,000,
a
10,000.
significant amount of money to him. But he specifically said that it was kind of about the sentimental of the car because he said I would have a car to remember you by. I personally, I'm not one to want a car to remember nobody by. My grandfather died. My grandmama asked me, did I want his pristine 1996 Buick Roadmaster, and I don't want that car. Not even to remember him by, because I got a necklace to remember him by. So like we all different. So it's like but like I said, to me, what he did, that's kind of petty.
I think it's grounds leave her mama.
Would you date? So would you purpose? Okay, I don't want to say seek out because I don't know how y'all vet or approach women. So what would you? So Carlos, would you be a stepdaddy? Is that something that you want? Would you settle for it if you really, really like this woman, or say you meeting a woman or whatever, you find out she got this many kids? Or like, would you cut it off or would you move forward? Are you okay, or is everybody okay with being a stepdad?
if
No.
that woman treat me right, hell yeah.
So you would get to know a woman, even though, like, even when you find out she might have 3, 4 kids or something.
I mean, how do you get to know a woman?
Well, they'll tell you that wherever you meet them at initially.
That's what that.
You know, you're just having a conversation. Whoop,
If
whoop,
that
whoop.
woman is treating me right, yes, and taking care
No,
of
at
me,
that
yes.
point, she not treat you right. At this point, you're meeting her. So say y'all just you go out on a date or something, or you talking on the phone, you find out she has these children.
I'm
Would you move forward,
37. At
or
the
would you
age
be
I am
hesitant?
now, at the age I'm in now, you already know women at this age are going to have probably children, probably grown children, probably middle-aged children. So yes,
Okay.
it all depends on the woman. It all depends on how she introduced me or how she makes the dynamic of her children acceptable to me.
I definitely think it's on the spouse and in this dynamic we're talking about the mother.
And
I
like I said, it
definitely
ain't like I'm 20 years old. I'm 30. I'm 30. Like any woman that I meet now, 9 times out of 10 probably have children.
right. I can understand that. Sorry, y'all. I could definitely understand that when we're talking about age too. That's why I want these kids, if possible, like my son. I know he gonna date. I got another son, but I would prefer them start this journey early to prevent all that chaos. People used to get married. How old were you, Tim, when you got married?
23.
See,
But that's
a lot of people did that.
yeah. I mean, that was common when I was a
Yeah, you
kid.
get married. You know,
My
you
wife was
create your
20.
family.
My wife was 20, and most of my friends were married in their early 20s. Now it's
And I think my mom got married at 22 to my dad. So I do believe that what we waiting on, we should start trying to train them up in the way they should go. And we should start kind of, then when I say we need the hard reset, it starts in the house. We had these conversations to start kind of putting those values in them. I don't just be like, you should get married, but I do try to make them think about it. I do try to make my son cherish his body just like I taught my daughter to cherish hers. Like, you know, so I have both in the house and I got to balance that, but also treat him that he is the giver of life. You know what I mean? He is the one that presents marriage. There is no marriage if he don't ask you. So I want him to think about those things. I want him to have his own family. I do not want the whole baby daddy drama thing, step parent thing. Now, if he meet a girl and he love her and she got a kid, I'm not against it. You know, everybody knows I have a big blended family and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But I also don't know how he felt about those kids. I just know that he showed and he raised my kids like they were his. So with that being said, anybody else on that? On the stepdaddy? So no step crash dummies. We're not calling them that. It's okay to be a stepdad.
I mean, I just think and with anything that anybody does in life, they need to be looking at. They need to ask themselves, what are they getting out of this situation? With anything, and it seems like the only time we don't ask ourselves a question, or we say we shouldn't ask ourselves that question, is when it comes to these step parenting. That and prove me wrong, but that's the only time I hear it. People say no, you shouldn't be looking at what you should get out of taking on the additional responsibility of the woman, and let's just for the sake of conversation, her one child. But
so
you taking
if
on
they
the
add value. So for you, as long as the relationship itself, just the whole situation in general, adding value to you.
So most
Then
people take it negative what he just said, but it's nothing negative there. When he says you should look at what you get out of it, I agree, because what you really should be feeling that you will get out of it is something positive. That's the reason that you should do it, because you like, if I take this on, what do I get out of it? I get to love a kid that needs love. And you know, I don't have a child of my own, or I have a child of my own, but I don't have a daughter, and I have a son, but this woman has a daughter, and I get to have the love of a daughter, or to be able to love a daughter. Like you said, you should look at, what do I get out of this? And whatever it is that you get out of it should be something that you desire and want.
all right.
And I'll say this last thing. I'm sorry. I agree with Carlos when he said that it depends on how the woman is treating, because I think in those situations, I think a lot of, when it comes to, because I think we can agree that there's more women out here with children than men, right? And you can look up the status if you think I'm wrong, but I think a lot of women would get better results. Women with children would get better results with men who don't have children if they're honest with what it is that they want the men to do for her. Because in reality, they don't like to admit it because it makes them sound weak. But women are looking for a man to rescue them from the situation, or at the very least, alleviate the burden of what comes with what it is that she has to do in life. So if she's honest with him and say and is as honest with him as she wants him to be with her, I think it'll help women get better results with that.
So it's okay for a woman. That's not a turnoff for a woman to let a man know that. Because I think some women probably ashamed of it, or people in general, not just women, but we talking about women. It's okay for a woman to tell a man, like, I need help.
Not right off the bat. You know, that's something that you want to have a conversation about after a certain amount of time.
Like after time, but
yeah, I think if you're being honest and you start in a relationship is starting to get serious, and feelings are starting to get intertwined in the mix, then just be honest with what it is. I think, be honest, because
Yeah.
it's better to let him know so he knows what your intentions are than you have it as a hidden motive and he doesn't know what's the full knowledge of why you want him in your life.
Right. And that just kind of like the original question, that was kind of in the end, I just kind of stumbled over it because like I basically in the video, and I asked if that child turns around and gives all her loyalty to the biological father who wasn't there, was the stepdad a parent or was he just a fool who paid the bills? So you brought me back full circle. Thank you for that. And with that being said, we're gonna move along to the next subject. Don't forget, communicate, chat with us. We can get you gotta interact with the panel, get your super chats going, and support the channel. We are so glad you're here. Don't forget, share, hit like, subscribe if you want to hop on a Thursday night panel. Reach out to me. My email is in the description. And we're gonna go ahead and get right into this next video.
You're an extremely beautiful woman and you're wondering why these men are overlooking you, and you might see them with a bigger woman or an unattractive woman, and the reason is they feel like they can get over on a bigger woman or an unattractive woman. They feel like they don't have to provide as much. They look at you and they know for a fact that you got other men vying for the position. So they don't want to put up with the headache. They don't want to put up with treating you right. So they'll go for a bigger or unattractive woman, because we've been taught growing up that bigger or unattractive women are easy and they're going to put up with a lot more. And if you get into the right movement with them, they'll probably let you walk all over them like a doormat. We are taught that unattractive women and bigger women have a low self-esteem. So these men definitely don't want to deal with women that's going to actually put up a fight. These men don't want to deal with women who's going to make them actually live up to expectations. So they will go with the less attractive woman. They will go with the bigger woman, because these men want convenience. They don't want a challenge. Think about it for a second. How many of your unattractive girlfriends got a man? How many of your bigger girlfriends got a man? Now you know why. Don't get mad at me for.
Okay. So 100% honesty.
I disagree with that because
Hold on. I ain't even asked my question.
Go ahead.
Because I need y'all to be 100. Okay. It's a two-part question. The first part is because we as women want to know, why do we get cheated on? And when we with so-called less attractive, ugly women or fat women, right? So is he right? Is it a convenience to where his ego stroked? He don't have to meet all these standards. And I'm just saying, if the woman is the total package, his woman at home, I mean, she beautiful, smart, successful, high pressure job. Like, do any of that make men cheat with lesser value women?
But you threw a wrench.
Body types.
You threw a wrench. He made it sound like that's like you made it sound how you branched it off as far as cheating. How he structured it is that's his main.
But that's my question. Why y'all cheating on us with fat, ugly women?
You say why are we cheating on y'all?
Trying to be professional, and then y'all always make me have to be this way.
He's speaking for himself.
Well, hold on. That's what I'm saying. So you want us to answer your question or his video?
Yeah, he's speaking for himself.
Yeah, like
I'm basing off the video because I wanted to know why men.
These other two guys, these other two singles with unmarried
now,
gentlemen.
The reason why I say
they do that. The
reason why I disagree with him, because that dude work out, and he work out pretty extensively, and I can tell you, I can put $100,000 on that any girl that you see that man with is not unattractive, because he invests so much time in his body.
Who is he?
You know what I'm saying?
The guy.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, if you ever seen that dude jacked up, like that dude work out like crazy. Because he's on that podcast with I can't think of the when they be doing the panel talk and stuff. You've seen him before. I forgot the dude's name, but that dude he invests a lot of time into his body, and I can tell you for a fact, and I could put $100,000 on you would never see him with an unattractive woman. So for him to say that, I just think that's diabolical, because ain't no, like, a man has to, it doesn't matter about, a man has to be attracted to something on that woman's body for us to get aroused. If we come to a woman and we get the woman, if I
that's
say,
my question, what is it?
you say what?
I ain't letting you slide past that.
Slide
You said
past.
it has to be something physical, right? So my question is, I mean, I guess, so what y'all like, so do looks matter? I'm talking about body types.
I'm trying to answer this. You thinking about
what her do you want?
You're thinking
I'm
about
thinking
the look.
about the physical. That's all.
It's not,
I don't want to know nothing about her mind,
men
her spirit, none of that.
physical. We're physical, so it's something on your body that make us come to you to ask you for your number, to ask you to go out.
No, I can bet I know what that is.
What is that?
Something on my body that make you come to me, and I'm a whole big
What
bag.
do you think that is?
Gotta be more cushion for the pushing.
You say who?
I just said it. It's YouTube. I'm more cushion for the pushing.
You talking about the P word?
Yeah.
No, we don't see that. You in jeans and stuff. Like, it's something.
You
That's
know
what I'm
what's
saying.
down there. I heard men say big women got cushions.
You're not listening to what I'm saying, Nikki. Before we even see that, you have clothes on. So we don't know how that look. We don't know if it's a lot of meat down there, if it's hanging. We don't know nothing in that. We see your physical. It can be your eyes. It can be your ears. It can be your pretty feet. It can be your booty. It can be anything. It's something that we're attracted to that make us come. Like, we already, if a man comes talk to you, he already thinking about he already sexualized you in his head. That's why we come talk to you. If a man is not sexualizing you in his head, he won't never come talk to you, Nikki.
So you still never answer my question. So men don't care, because women,
that's not true.
it seems like you care. It seems like
true.
No, I said it seems like that's why I'm asking. That's why we having a conversation. Help us out. I'm saying it seems like you see all these people, they got all these women, you know, they body, this is what they look at, this is what they go after, or they got it at home. But then you said it's something on her that they like. And if I'm talking about an unattractive woman that's overweight or body types, whatever, not just athletic build, I'm talking about messed up body types.
But that might be unattractive to you, but it might not be unattractive
then why
to
you
me.
got so that means you just like women, because you got a dime piece at home.
But
I think
Nikki,
you joshing me, Carlos.
No, I'm not. You're saying, look, just because you look at this girl that I'm attracted to, you might find her unattractive. That's your opinion. I can't get mad at that. But you can't get mad at me that, hey, I'm attracted to her. I might not think that she's ugly. You might be like, oh, she's ugly. Okay, that's your opinion. That's like if you found the guy that was handsome, oh, he ugly. Well, that's your opinion. You found something that was attractive.
You keep leaving out the body type part. No, you keep
what
leaving out the
part?
body
I'm
type
saying
part.
it's not.
I'm trying to get body
It's not about
type.
if it's fat or not. If it's fat or not, that's something that I'm attracted to. I'm not leaving nothing out.
Okay.
What am I leaving out? I'm lost.
I don't know. I'm just, because I'm trying to get to the whole. So you saying that a man cheat on this woman?
I never said a man cheat. You said that. I said it's something about that woman.
That's my question. I'm saying
because it's something about that woman that man is attracted to.
Nikki, I got to run. But let me get in what I saw from.
Oh, go ahead, Tim.
Somehow that man thought that us men, and again, I'm way different from you guys, but are really strategic about why we'd go out with a heavy, ugly, fat woman. And it's because they're easy, because we don't have to worry, you know, they'll put out easy or whatever it is. I don't think we're that strategic. I think we take what we can get, you know. It's like, if that's just, I don't know. And you were the one who brought in cheating. He wasn't really talking about cheating. He wasn't talking about
cheating. That's why I got lost.
Yeah, but
Nikki,
y'all got to focus on me.
I'm sorry, dear, but I told you I need to go at 9, and it's 9. I just got to go.
All right, Tim.
Good being with you guys.
Hear from you.
Yep. Talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, Tim.
What you smiling, Stoney? What you got in your brain cooking? Am I on mute?
No, Scony, you hear?
You
I think you
muted.
might. No, can you hear me, Scony?
You muted, Nick.
No, I'm not.
No. She asking you, Scony. You might need to leave
I
and come
can't
back.
hear you.
Can you hear Spaces? Who, me?
What happened?
Hold on.
No,
You can't hear us.
yeah, I was wondering what Scony was thinking.
Nah, I can't hear you.
You can hear us now?
You can hear me?
I was wondering what Scony was thinking.
Nah, I can't hear you.
This reminds me of my channel.
I can't hear y'all on my live. I mean, like I'm watching live, but I can't hear you.
Oh,
I can't hear y'all on my live. I mean, like I'm watching live,
right.
but I can't hear you. I can't hear y'all.
Yeah, he might need to leave the
All right, I think we
thing
back.
on and come back.
Can you hear now? No.
Uh-oh. He definitely
Why
was. He
Scony
definitely
doing
was.
that? What you thinking about Spaces?
He definitely was thinking something, wasn't he? He was smiling that whole time.
So I guess, oh, he was definitely thinking. I don't know. I guess we just be wanting to, I don't know. It seemed like it's just hurtful, man. Like, you know, you with your guy, you try to do all these things. You try to look your best. You do all this. You find out he cheating. That's bad enough. Yes, I am talking about cheating, but I'm bringing it back in because it seems like most of the time, not all, but most of the time, it always be what society would call a lower type chick as far as physically.
There's so many different parts.
And they be big. They like be big. They just don't be nothing like, you just be like, what? So
Scony,
that's what I was trying to see
now?
what Scony was talking about. He
Yeah, I'm
can't
good.
hear, but
Yeah, he can hear us now. Go ahead, Scony.
because you was thinking something. What was you thinking? I
I'm
know you
just
had all
like-
type of stuff clicking in your brain.
My thing, I'm married, so, and I don't get into the cheating thing because
But your friends, okay, well, you tell me about the body type part. Leave the cheating out.
So with my friends, for the most part, they got higher standards than that. It's one of them things, like, you know, for the friends I got that might indulge in something like that, they on the spectrum of whoever they cheat with got to at least be equal or better than their wife, or it's just not. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they looking at it like, if I get caught with that, it's gonna be what you talking about. But so I don't know people that.
Wouldn't it be lose-lose?
It absolutely, in the grand scheme of things, that's where
He
I'm at.
made it from the video. He made it sound like us men get with women that have low self-esteem and ugly. Like that's like I said,
That's
for him
what
to say that, that's in a man of his caliber. But that to come out his mouth, that's why I disagree with that, because like I said,
It's ingenuous.
he invests a lot of time in the gym, and I'm pretty sure you won't never see him with a fat woman. You see what I'm saying? And for him to speak for all men, like that's no, like men take pride in their women. Men like to show their women out, especially if she looking good, especially if she got the brains with it too, and especially if she got soft energy. It's not one man I know that don't like showing that type of woman off, because why? It's going to make us feel comfortable as men. But at the same time, it's like for him to say that we like fat women or ugly women or unattractive women because they're easy. No, that's not it. Most men, if a fat woman came in my life right now, she treated me well, that's all I care about, because that's my mental. And let's say, hey, babe, I want to lose about 20 pounds, and she get in that fucking kitchen and start cooking for me and let me lose 20 pounds. That's how you know that woman love me. That's why them men stay with them women. Them men don't stay with them women because they unattractive or big. And no, them men stay with them women because them women are really taking care of them men.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't agree with nothing that man said. That's the only reason why men stay with women so long, because the woman is really taking care of that man. It ain't about being ugly. It ain't about being fat. It's like, hey, this woman taking care of me, bro. I
I
went from
disagree.
diabetes to not having diabetes. Why would I leave this woman?
But but you got to get to that point.
I
Like you
disagree.
got to
Nikki,
even
but you're
get
saying
past.
the obvious. I'm saying I'm
Yeah,
going
man.
off what the video said. The video said that most men
I'm
like
trying to figure out how
unattractive.
you got there. How did you get in her house for her to be cooking for you? I'm trying to figure out how
So
did you
look,
get
look,
there?
Nikki. Most
How did
most
you?
guys that like big women, because I do know a couple dudes that they prefer big women. One of my homies, he always talking fupa. He love chicks with a fupa. You know, I mean,
Are they bigger guys as well?
no,
Okay.
no, neither. They're slim, but that every woman they've ever dated has always been a bigger. And this why I say what he said is totally disingenuous because he put two things together. It's a double negative: unattractive and fat. Because fat
Yeah,
to everybody's not unattractive. So when he said unattractive, I'm thinking you saying she's an ugly faced fat girl. That's a double entendre, and that now I don't know nobody that's going that way because again, all my
They
homies
be
that
having
like big
all kind of
girls, they
babies.
like
They
big
going.
pretty girls.
Them chicks
What
got all
do
kids.
you think?
Hey, somebody went.
Do you think? Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm disagreeing
They got
with
hella
guys right
kids.
now.
They
Like
all the
some,
ones on TikTok complaining about the food stamps. It's
like
them. They
the
got
the
kids.
the fat
Somebody went
the fat and
and
uglies
keep
are not
going.
always getting clapped by the fat and uglies. It's like
No.
no,
No, but that's the thing. They don't show them off either though.
that's what I was
Like
getting at.
Carlos
and
said, they not showing them off.
that's what I stated. Men take pride in their women.
Even the big ones.
Man, and like I said, like now when he was saying like it's a difference of being big. It's a difference of being big and being sexy and being toned. And it's the difference of being big and you take your stuff off and you look like melting chocolate. Like that's unattractive. Like don't no man want that.
Melting
We gotta lift all
chocolate.
this stuff up just to get to it. No, that's unattractive. That's why I disagree with him because, like I said, a man of that caliber, you won't never find him with a whatever he just said in that video. He would never be with a woman like that. So I don't know
Well,
why he would even speak like that for all men.
well, the
So
thing is,
uh Jay every day said having babies isn't having a man though. I understand that. My point is somebody is hitting. They are procreating.
What you
Like
want
they're
them
not
not to hit, Nikki?
protected. No, I'm just
I
trying to
don't.
figure out. Do I need to get thick? What do I need to do? What I need to do? Do I need to get a couple
But
of black spots, pick a
I
couple
still
of
don't.
bumps? So, like, what do
I
I
still
need to
don't.
do? Do I need to put
I
a
still
bonnet
don't get
on?
what you're saying.
Do I
Everybody
need a
need
bonnet on?
love. This the thing, Nikki. Everybody needs love. Everybody finds someone. It's
Nigga
someone out there for everybody.
loves getting lonely
So
too.
the way you saying it, like, oh, big girls don't need to get hit because they big. No, like it's
Not
somebody
what
out
I
there for
said. I'm
everybody.
saying, why is our men
well, let me
cheating with
answer that.
them?
Let me answer that. So, regardless of if he's cheating with them or not, it's because of the fact that men are sexual opportunists. That's what it is. And men aren't women aren't available to men as often as men are available to women. So there's a lot of guys that are around the age of 30 who haven't had sex in the last year or virgins. There's a lot of them. So, and I understand what Carlos is saying when he say a guy like that wouldn't be caught with a fat and or ugly woman because he is one of the upper echelon types of men. However, I wouldn't put it past him that he would clap a big girl. He just wouldn't tell the world that he did.
Under the radar.
So these women aren't these fat and ugly women aren't virgins. You know what I'm saying? So somebody's hitting them, and it's not
And they know
always
they
the men are on their time.
sexual market. That's why, hey, like Spaces said, like they know, hey, I'm just getting hit. Hey, I can't be seen with you. Is it some men that want to be seen? Yeah, but I'm just saying, like these women know they sexual market. I'm just saying.
So while we talking about this, I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna kind of shift it a little bit. Do y'all mind now because we on talking about the heavier women? Are y'all okay with what y'all seeing right now, like with the wardrobe?
You say what again?
What? Are y'all okay with what y'all looking at in society right now with the heavier women, belly shirts, stomach hanging over? Like Sconey said, his friend like Fupas, he might see a girl hanging it with the halter top and it's hanging. Like, are y'all okay with that? Because that's
Okay, I got
to
a
me,
question
I'm
for
a
you.
woman. That don't look good. That look nasty to me.
I got a question for you, Nikki. What's the girl name who had that Uber and she won a lawsuit? The big girl.
The
Thank them
rapper.
all.
Yeah.
She knew
Now,
she should have ordered an XL. She knew that.
not it ain't even that. Do you think that woman dressed appropriate to her waist size?
No.
And the men on this panel agree with you.
But y'all still go. Oh, because y'all
No.
opportunity.
Who
No.
going? Who going?
She could
That's
do what
just
she
like
do.
women don't like. Okay, would you like me like a man of my caliber, and you see me walking intertwined sagging? How would that look towards you?
What?
You say sagging?
Sagging. You see my drawers and
You say
everything,
walking intertwined sagging?
and you sagging. I got
Like your
I'm
booty?
holding my belt up in there. What's up, Nikki?
Oh no. I was gonna say maybe like that inch, back in the day in the 90s, the whole of Tommy Hill, that was a thing. But
This
no,
ain't
I
the
want your
I'm 30.
booty out.
I'm 37 years old. Let's say I do that with the inch. I'm 37 years old. How would and being in a place like intertwined? How would that make you look at me?
Oh, I mean, you probably, I don't know. I probably wouldn't look at you. I wouldn't talk to you.
See,
Exactly.
and that's how we
You
look at. That's how
You
we look at
proving
them.
my point,
Right, but I think that's different because
Nikki.
you said
No,
sagging. You talking about with your butt out. Because I also don't want no man pants up here. So I get what you're saying. Like, I'm from the
Nikki,
90s.
you.
I like that
The
look that,
the age by
waistband,
itself.
polo strap showing. I
the-
like that. I like that.
no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no, you don't. If you invited me to your company party and I'm out there showing my polo drawers,
Well, that's different. Come on now,
that's not
Congress. You know
different,
better than
Nikki. That's not different. You can't stop. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's
No,
it's
I'm
it's
not gonna
it's
allow you
in,
to do that.
it's inappropriate.
you
dress.
said intertwine. You said you went from intertwine to my company thing.
Nikki, your age now, and you're talking like that. That's crazy.
You know my ex-husband, right?
I never
So,
seen that. I never
no,
seen that. I never seen that man look. I never seen that man sag.
no.
He always looked
Of course you
presentable.
did.
He always
He
looked
is
well
all, but
kept.
that's what I'm saying. Sagging don't necessarily mean that. He's always well kept. He look presentable, but he does sag like every day. You just don't see it all the time.
Yeah, she's just
But
showing
I
her
don't think
age,
that's.
bro.
I think it's an appropriate. But I'm not talking about
It's sagging. I'm older than y'all,
what.
man. So sagging in our day was what we in Chicago we called it busting a legit sag. So basically, your belt line literally would touch the top of your crack so that you couldn't your crack ain't showing, but your pants ain't around your waist like Urkel. That's just the way we used to do it, and your shirt is gonna touch that too, so you ain't seeing no draws.
I never
So
sagged a day of my life.
I feel you,
They
bro.
even remember they had the. I don't. How old are you, Scony? If you don't mind me asking.
47.
Okay, I'm 48. So you remember they were even making pants with the fake
With the low waist, yeah,
the
it
with
was
the
a
low
fake
waist, but
sag.
it would be like a fake underwear, like a Tommy Band, Tommy Hill figure
Yeah,
was the most popular polo. They would be attached to them, and it would just be like the band part of. So that's where
right.
we came up now. Until they found out that it came from jail, and that means you want to get booty and all
Right.
that. Then I started trying to spread the word and tell
But they
people don't
been
do
knew
that.
that. That wasn't just that
But
rat. They
they
been knew
didn't.
that. What are you talking about? That stuff didn't just happen. Sagging been do that in the 70s, the 80s. They been knew that. You
I know,
sagging
but
in your
people don't.
video.
I don't think everybody.
Everybody knew that.
Hey,
Like, what are you talking
hey,
about,
man,
Nikki? Like
that
that. It was just
Loaded,
a fad
Everybody
because
didn't know that.
that is
it was
not
just a
true,
fad
man.
because the rappers made
Everybody
it.
didn't know that.
That
Right.
ain't
That
true,
means
man.
The
everybody
only
didn't know
people
where
that
it
was
came from.
sagging, the only people that was sagging is the rap videos that made it popular. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
yeah,
And the
that's true.
dudes
But
from
the
my
People
jail
hood.
But
imitate the
thing,
but
that
but
ain't
videos.
but
really
but
true.
but before they put it in the rap videos, they already knew where sagging came from.
When
No,
I
the
first saw
regular
second, I
people
didn't.
did it. The people who did it, who started the trend, yes. Now, from my understanding, OGs was getting out of jail, and that's how they was wearing their pants, and it just caught on. but nobody really knew until somebody said it. Who going around be like, yeah, man, let's go stag.
So when
You
they
know, that's
say
how
it
you
came
let
from
everybody know
jail,
we want to get stuck. I don't think they
when
was
they
doing that.
when they say it came from jail, it's true, and it's disingenuously true, because the reality is in jail your pants is so short that they sagged them so they didn't look like high waters. It ain't
So
had
they
nothing to
weren't
do with
flooding.
showing your ass to
Hey,
try
yeah,
to
I'm gonna
make
have to. I'm
somebody
gonna have to get
like you.
off, man. It was good talking with y'all.
All
All right,
right.
All
See
right,
you later.
Space.
All right.
like
Yeah, we almost done too. But
no,
yeah, I don't
I have a
know.
question for you, Miss Nikki. So hypothetically, heaven forbid you
Yeah,
get cheated on,
anytime somebody
right?
leave,
And you find out,
kick me out.
hypothetically you get cheated on, and you find out who the girl is, and the girl is okay. What would be the difference in your reaction when if the girl was uglier or less attractive than you, and versus if the woman was more attractive than you? Like, would it be different reactions? Would it make a difference? Because I hear this a lot in this conversation.
So I would still be highly pissed off, probably. If she was more attractive than me,
Yeah, like
understood. I could see. I mean, I could see how you. I mean, I could see I could see how you would do that. But I'ma still be mad. But as a woman, and I'm just saying it's me because all women not like this, but most people have some type of insecurity in them. I am not going to act like I don't still have some of those traits. Would that bring up certain insecurities for me, depending on what it was? So way back in the day, I had a guy. We dated. He cheated a couple of times, but what I noticed is that they always looked a certain way. They was dark skinned. He liked dark skinned, big booty women. That's what I figured out. So my insecurity was wondering why was he with me, which might be the same question I was asking in the beginning, where another chick might be looking like why he with her. She not even his type. So
So
that would be my insecurity, because at that point I didn't even think he liked me. I felt like he was tolerating me. So I don't know. That's why I say this stuff confusing, y'all. It's confusing.
it's not. Look, Nikki.
It is, and then y'all date the
Look, check this
BBLs.
out. Check this out. As a human being, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite fruit?
oh, you about to
Fruit.
steal my analogy.
What's your favorite fruit? Because I mean, it's just being honest. Like, what's your
Well,
favorite fruit, Nikki?
it's hard because I'm allergic to fruit.
Okay, well, what's your favorite vegetable?
I don't
What's your
eat food.
What's your favorite
I'm
food
gonna give you a
item?
fruit.
Nah, what's your favorite food item? What do you love to eat? What's your go-to? Tacos, pizza?
Or drink, or I'm saying you gotta
It's
have a
hard.
favorite something or
I
favorite
do,
favorite
but
movie.
food is. I don't worship or cherish food. I literally eat to survive. I don't
And
even
that's
have a
how, and that I'm
relationship with
glad you
food.
said that, because that's how a lot of men think. They don't want to worship one. A lot of men don't want to worship one woman. They want to have a plethora. They want to have a thick woman, a slim woman, a pretty light woman with long hair, pretty light woman with short hair, a dark skin, chocolate with some juicy lips and some voluptuous hips, and you know what I'm saying? It's
A
like
just in
that's
case woman.
a woman's smorgasbord. So and if a man has that and these women all meet each other, it's like, wait a minute. I'm dark. Why he want a light girl? I'm light. What he want with a dark girl? I'm slim thick. What he want with a big booty girl? Like that's the variety. You know what I'm saying? That's for and I'm answering for
I think
I can
that's
speak for most men with that. But
well, yeah. Well, that's a biblical nature of y'all, though. Like that's inherently in y'all to want multiple women. Y'all, that's kind of how y'all was made a little bit.
So it sounds
well,
like you know the answer, but you still saying you don't understand it.
No, I didn't know why women. I mean, I don't know why men. Because I know that's why I didn't want to do the surface. Because most people be like, "Oh, she treated better." No, I want to know the physical reason. Like, let's get to it. Like, how does the bonnet bandit with her stomach hanging out, walking into the gas
see,
station?
that's when you're doing too much with the questions, because
It's the
it
truth.
ain't that many dudes that really like that. Like like I said, I think I could speak for Spaces, and I don't know these gentlemen, but I don't think they like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't nobody going for that. But for the guys that do, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's like being in close proximity with anybody, like with women. I always say this: any man can get any woman. It'll just take some dudes longer than others, and that's the truth. That's real. Like, and I'm sure Spaces know what I'm talking about. Like, if he got his eyes on a woman right now, and she told him to his face, "You just not my type." If he give up at that moment, he lost. But if he persists, he can wear her down to get that date, to get that moment, to get the it'll come. As long as she willing to ride it out.
Engage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
as long
that's
as he's not cutting it off. Oh, look at see. So Dreamy Girl said that's true.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of because I had somebody in mind. That's why I started smiling.
so fat.
Yeah,
So
but
so
Oh,
big
you got
girls,
somebody. You got
big
somebody.
girls to dudes is the same way. It's just that if that big girl just persistent and keep on, hey cutie pie,
He
and he
been
like,
he been
man,
waiting
this big,
6
I don't
years.
want this big girl. Man, girl, sit your big ass down somewhere. But again, if she keep offering it, it's the same thing. If she keep offering and keep smiling and this and that, see, her ugliness becomes normalized. It's
regular.
like I'm used to seeing. See, the first time I seen it, I was like, yeah, that ain't really my type. But then over time, he can wear himself down. It's like them all that fupa ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that bad. I can lift that. I can lift that up. I can slide it to the side. It's all good. But
I can do some bicep curls real quick.
see,
Now
but
I will say women do that too because I've had
I know y'all the
dated.
masters at it.
Don't do
But
but
today,
but
women
see, for
women
the
put a little bit
fellas,
more of a
that.
stipulation
yeah,
on it
we
though.
we gonna
Be
we
like,
gonna
you know
stand
what? You ain't
fast.
that ugly.
We gonna stand firm. Dudes gonna stand firm because again, the first thing is you gotta be attract. Like bruh said, you gotta have some level of attraction. My
No,
thing is,
I
I'm blessed to have a beautiful woman, so I ain't really tripping. So you can't outwin my lady because her personality is what makes her the best. Then her beauty comes second, but it's first. It's top notch. But so
I have
that's
a
what's
question. I got a
go ahead,
question for
bro.
you, Tony. So, as a man, if and I don't know, you can you don't have to answer this because I know you're
Rock
married
out,
and all
bro.
that stuff. It's just a
I got you. I'm answering.
full on hypothet. So, would you, which one would you rather? A 6 with a personality that's maybe a 4 out of 10, or a 2 with a personality that's an 8 out of 10?
That's
I had to sign
man.
on that one.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would have to. I would have to taste test it. I would have to taste test it because on paper it's hard on paper.
That's why. Well, me
That was
personally, I'm
hard on paper. So I would have to taste this test. I would have to see how bad that bad attitude is. Is it adjustable and versus you know what I'm saying? Because some things
Not
are
as it
adjustable.
adjustable.
Huh? Well, if you meet a woman and she got a bad attitude and you around her and then she starts
I mean, I
changing her
know
attitude
and it's
because of
just
you,
funny that it's
in
just
in
funny.
in moments you like, oh, I can make these moments bigger. I could if I can get her to be nice for 10 minutes, I could just get her to
just
30. If I could just get her to a day.
my, my homie Maul said he said he going with the 6.
Again on paper on paper I agree. but
Yeah,
but if I could give it some sample sizes, I don't know, you might be able
I had to
to
make it
change it a
difficult
little
because
bit.
at first I was thinking like uh um looks 8 out of 10, personality 3 out of 10 versus a 6 with a personality that's a 7 out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
See,
Most guys are going to go with that 6.
I mean, man, I'm gonna be real transparent with y'all, man. I dated a very unattractive woman at a point in my life, and when I say unattractive, I'm talking about looks wise, like face, literally, just face, right?
Just can't
Yeah.
And
change it, right?
but she right, but body wise, it was like 9.7 out of 10. And but like I said, over time you overlook it, and then the people around you confirm it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We supposed to be. If she pretty to you, that's still supposed to be the only thing that matters.
Shit. Nah, cause that's the thing. You realize, man, I'm putting the blinders on. I'm
Every
turning the
time.
lights out.
What she
And,
look like? She a 1.5 when she wake up in the morning.
man, hey man, I'm gonna tell you what really did it for me, man. One of my cousins, right? He was dating this chick. Same deal, bro. It was like, and he got real drunk one. He used to always get real drunk and ask me to take him and her to the motel, right? And he was like, "Hey, go into the gas station and give me some switches." And they was sitting in the back of my car, bro. This the 90s, like it was Uber. And I go to the gas station, get him some switches, and I'm standing at the window, and I look in the car, and she laid back drunk, and he looked at me, and he was just shaking his head like, he mouthed, he said, "I ain't got no morals." And that was just there, dog. Like that's how I thought when I did it. I was like, man, it ain't even about morals. Cause again, I'm gonna say this. I left something out. She had an amazing body, but she had an amazing personality too.
See, that's
You see?
the personality part, man.
Yeah.
See, I think that you could. I would think, and I'm saying that I think if it was an unattractive woman, but like you said, body on point, because a lot of men like that body, even though y'all trying to act like y'all don't, but we know because you just said it five times. So that's what y'all like. Attitude nice, face not so much. But some girls can fix themselves up to look better. I think the less attractive girl with the body and that takes care of you is the one. Your aunties and
Yeah.
stuff gonna be like, what? But
And hey, I'm
and
gonna
you
be
gotta
honest with you.
and you gotta procreate with her too.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Dang, auntie's gonna be cool because again, the same way you got used to it, they gonna get used to it. It's gonna be the new in-laws, that get married into the family that come around and be like, whoa, what the hell family got going
Ooh, what
on?
if the rest of the family worse than her? You got the prettier out of bunch.
They gonna be mouthing off to you as soon as she turn around. You can do better than that.
Man,
I told you, you can get shit.
man,
You gotta have
hey,
babies with her.
hey,
Too
hey,
ugly to
My
man.
make
homie,
cute
my
baby.
homie Jay every day said, "Yeah, hold some of that personality. I need that
Hey,
pretty."
I'm gonna tell you, look, this was the wake up call for me. It was my mama literally was like, who ugly ass child is that on my couch? So yeah, that was it. It was like, yep,
Oh man,
yep, that's
not the
it.
peculiar looking baby. Oh my god. Okay.
It's like
Well,
she
anything
said what
else,
everybody
guys?
thinking.
Right.
Me
Well,
personally,
anything.
I'm. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just giving y'all last things and do we at the 9:30. I did good. See, I did 1:15 today.
Yeah, I figure. I see you. You aim for that hour and 15 round. Uh, but no. As far as my answer to the, I hope we answered your question. It's just it's kind of a couple of things. One, men are sexual opportunists. So
Some, some.
if listen, these ugly fats got bodies. Okay,
They got
but
hella kids
they have kids too,
by
right?
multiple men, not the same man that just got used to it. By multiple men.
Yeah, but generally speaking, men are sexual opportunists. Men don't have access to women in the way that women have access to men. So when an opportunity comes, especially if he knows that he can get it, he's gonna try to move on it. That's just like you said. That's just in our nature, our hardwiring as men. So and that, when I think I wanted to get into this aspect of the conversation, and you mentioned it, but one thing that plays into this whole idea about men cheating is women's insecurity about it. Because when it comes to a man cheating, instead of a woman trying to figure out, I don't say trying to figure out, but instead of a woman understanding why he did it, she's quick to make it about her when a lot of times it had nothing to do with her. It was just an opportunity to have sex. So that's why we get into the conversation of, does she look better than me? Does she not look better than me? Is she heavier, fatter than me? Does she have more money than me? That's why we get into the conversation, because it's the internalization of women's insecurity about what a man is doing when it doesn't necessarily have to do, not all the time, doesn't have to do with anything to do with her.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, see, bro, younger, so he gonna be dealing with younger women. I'm older. I'm not gonna deal with no young woman. And with that being said, most older women have a, especially if she's gonna be high caliber, if you will, not even the looks, just the mentality and all that type of stuff. Is like that woman is looking for a man to be of her own. Where, you know, so it's just that
Just
pool.
different. Yeah.
That pool is
Just
muddy. So it's like the type of woman that, if I'm not a cheater, but if I was gonna be cheating, the type of woman that is gonna require is not gonna be cool with being a cheater. You know what I'm saying? So it's
right,
like,
right. Be cool with right. I get what you're saying.
so it just don't
But I
align.
think it
So
now I do think that is an important point with the age difference, because even I think Amber said it last week, the options that's out here are trash, and that's probably on men and women's part, just the pickings right now.
right.
Everybody's so influenced by everything but God, first of all, what he loved, but just by social media, society. I think a lot of women turned feminists, didn't even know they was turning feminists. They just was indoctrinated to it, and all of a sudden you be like, "You a feminist?" No, I'm not. Well, why
Don't
did you
even know what
say
it
that?
means.
Right. So I
Don't
think,
about it.
yeah, but we gonna get it together, y'all. We gonna get it
No, I don't
together.
think so.
We are. The black family will be together. It might not be us. Well,
It's about leading by example, and that's the whole
yeah,
thing. Cause you know, I'm a Danielite, so and with that being said, I'm so much like him without, like, I'm not like Anton Daniels because I follow him. I follow him because I'm like Anton Daniels. That's the
right.
difference. I was already like, I got that mindset. I can't be on panels with him because I don't want to echo what he says, but I can be a little different because I am a little different. I don't see everything that he says equally, but I mean, that's the thing. You just gotta live, be the example.
Oh,
Just
that's
that
right. We
simple.
got 3 chasers. It's just us.
Yeah, you gotta just be the example. That's the whole thing. I live my life as the example. I don't talk about it. I be about it. So when I sit around my homies that, like, I really don't have no homies that cheat, if I'm being honest. But that's the thing. When I'm around the young guys that's single, ain't married, whatever, I just be the example. It's like they tell me about their girlfriend problems, and I gotta be like, you know, I don't have them problems. You
Do
know,
they
my
ever talk
woman.
about, like, the younger guys? Do they talk about marriage or any of that? Like, is it even a thought?
I
It's a thought, but the difference is, like I said, they don't have the women that they think that's worth it, or they got women that get them problems and they can't get over the problems, and then they live in a life in a way that you'll never attract what you
Right,
want, because you're not living to
right.
what, like when we hear women always say,
Proximity,
why would I
yeah.
be submissive? These dudes ain't even worth it. And it's like, if they ain't worth being submissive to, they shouldn't even be worth being your man. What are we talking about? Like, that's that conversation is insane every time I hear it, because they quick to say he
no,
ain't worth me being submissive. And it's like, well, why is he in your life?
that's covered in delusion about what they don't even know what feminism is, so they don't even know what true submission is either.
That's like a dirty word to them.
Yeah, it's
Submit.
like
Um, I heard this one lady, she was talking to amazing Jesse
Lee Peters.
Peter, yes, Jesse Peterson. She rage quit on him, but she was saying, because he says, you know how you always ask, so you do you obey your husband? She said that word triggers her, but she kept saying, talking about the Bible. He like, wait a minute. But that's what's saying the Bible. You don't love what God loves. She was like, well, it's just a word. And that's how I know people don't love that book and they don't love him for real. And they don't know him for real because they like to just take things and do whatever they want with them. Like, how you gonna know that God said obey, but then you say that word obey triggers you, or submission triggers you, or you don't want to submit when you really don't even know. You thinking about submit like you just supposed to be a lap dog walked all over, and that's not what that is. So, we all out here learning.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Miles say cap. What'd you say cap to, Miles?
I was wondering if you saw it.
I saw
He actually said something earlier. He was when we were talking about, when you were asking the question, why do guys cheat with big girls? He said because they nice.
I mean, that's
article.
that's legit. Again, like I said, if you into that though, it's like the other brother said, man, you gotta have a level of attraction to them on some level. I'm not attracted to big girls. I mean, I don't care how nice you are, and that was a flaw of mine. Like I would be hanging out with unattractive, literally unattractive women, fat women. I don't care because just because I hang around you don't mean I'm attracted to you. It's just I'm just being nice and social. But then it always come around to that like I think he like me. Wait, whoa, wait.
I was gonna ask a question, but that'll take us to another 30 minutes, so I ain't gonna even ask.
If you the one that gotta go, I'm in the crib.
Yeah, right.
But Mom said,
I was just gonna say, do we think those women that we talking about are they too overconfident?
Nah. They got the level of confidence they should have. It ain't about being overconfident. It's just I'm gonna be honest. I can't remember the name of this movie, but it's a movie with Jack Nicholson. It wasn't that popular, but it was heavy in Blockbuster, and I rented the tape and watched it. It was about he was a recent widow. Him and his wife was gonna be traveling in a RV. I think it was called Jack or something. Anyway, his wife died, and he ran into a couple in the RV park, and the husband, they was real super nice, and the husband ran to the store to get more beer, and he was telling the wife how he lost his wife, and she kept saying, "Oh, you poor man," and she kept grabbing him on his shoulders, and he looking like, "Hey, why this lady touching me?" Like, as a man, she's signaling like she's interested in him, and then he kissed her, and she jumped up like, "What the hell are you doing?" And her husband came in, and he ran out. And it's like for every man that watched that movie back in the late early 2000s, but every man that watched that movie got the same triggers or flags or whatever that she was hitting on him, so to speak. But then it also let you know like everything a woman do ain't really what you think it is. You know what I'm saying? So on the flip side of that coin, yeah, I it's been women that think you like them because you being nice. And
Oh yeah.
and
Or
you
if
ain't
you
got, I
don't
don't
like
call it
them,
over.
if you don't like them, then you sassy. So it's a whole thing.
it's lose. Like, well, you don't like
And
this,
I
you
don't
must
think
be
it's
gay.
overconfidence. It's just like I said,
Like what?
you just reading you reading the room wrong. That's
Well, I
all.
guess I just meant with the
No,
outfits.
I think it's overconfidence. Mom
It,
said
it's a
because
it's a it can be that it can be overconfidence at times too. I agree. Yeah. It's
Yeah, I
Mom
was
said,
saying like with the outfits and all of this, these
now that's
days.
overconfident.
Yeah, Lizzo started that and then just left him. She done lost all that weight and was like,
no,
bye, bitches.
it's before Lizzo. I'm thinking about Monique.
No, but Monique wasn't dressing like that. Lizzo was who
Yeah,
they
true.
platform
Yeah,
to
you're
not
right.
body shame and
Yeah.
all this, had her out there in leotard. Like she is talented. Play the flute, but you gonna get on her. You got this flute, this historic flute, you twerking, you like, come on, man. She had the potential to be another she just didn't have to go that direction.
Mom said, if you have to tell a woman to be submissive, you're not the man for her.
I
Agreed.
think women are naturally, yeah. I think when it's that man, when it's him, you naturally kind of fall into that if you're already feminine. I can't say that because some rough chicks out here, but I
You
even
shouldn't
think with
even
some
have
of
to
them, with
ask.
certain men, even with them chicks, with certain men, they not like that.
Yeah, you shouldn't even have to ask. It's you doing too much if you got to request it in the first place.
I think
All right. Well, before we get out of here, let's give the women a definite definition of submissive and what y'all mean by that, and then we're gonna get out of here.
for me,
And that way they'll understand exactly what it means.
for me it's just two shortened words combined together. Sub means under, missive is short for mission. You're under the mission of the man that you're with.
Okay. See, I
I, I
think they think cooking, cleaning, fucking whenever you get ready. No, I'm saying I think this is what's in their mindset.
Well, now
Like when
here,
you're submissive.
I'm just wondering, like, what happened in their mind amongst women to make them, for that to be obey or submission to be trigger words to where it's like you're Jamie, they said sandwich.
the feminist movement. That's what
Yeah. All that stuff,
the
the
feminist
feminist
movement.
movement, but it was happening without those particular words. You were still being, you don't have to do that. He should be doing this. Da 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 da.
and
You
and this
know,
this is why I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, that's all. I'm just saying it's also not just those words because it was happening before that because women been, and I'm just saying our community.
Yeah, it's like no.
I
Well,
don't know
actually,
a lot. Put it like this: I don't know a lot of married older women.
it started in the white community actually because it boiled down to like he should help with the kids. He should do this. He should do that. He should do this. He should do that. Women should work. And black women jumped in tow, and they lost that battle. That's the thing because see, black men rolled along with it. Like all right, cool. I'm gonna help get the kids a bath. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And it's like it ain't nothing wrong with that. But then it's just like okay, I'll give you an example. When I first got in a relationship with my wife, she moved in and I was like, so I guess you gonna help cut the grass. And she was like, I can cut grass. It ain't nothing. She took herself out, came home one day and the lawnmower, the grass was half cut and the lawnmower was right where it stopped at, right?
She just left it and walked in the house.
Yeah, I came in, she on the couch under the covers, and I'm like, what you doing? She was like, I was trying to cut the grass. I said, what happened? She done ran over one of them in-ground hornets nets. And
Oh
Oh,
Lord.
yeah,
oh
so she done
no.
got attacked by some hornets and came in the crib and she ain't touched the grass ever since. She said, I'll pay for it. But
Uh,
I mean that's the thing. We don't gotta be it's not about equal and
Yeah, I think it's different for them because I used to do all that when I was a housewife, cut the grass, do all that kind of stuff. But I enjoyed the yard. I enjoyed.
right. If you like it, you like it. And
Yeah,
that's
I
the
enjoyed the
thing.
yard and flowers and all that kind of stuff.
I'm cool
Yeah.
with gender roles, man. It is what it is. If she don't want to do it, cause I wash dishes and that's just my thing. Like I can't wake up to dishes in the sink, so that's just my thing. And I cook, so you feel me? I cook more than she cook. Period. That it ain't about no. She ain't gotta cook. As far as I'm concerned, cause
Well,
I
she
do
know
that.
that already at that point. Once we figure it out, like I ain't been to the grocery store and God knows,
Right.
yeah,
So I mean, the thing about it is
man.
let's
Why you
let's
look so confused? Would you say spaces?
no, I think you started to say it,
Oh,
but I think the whole I'm 100% for gender roles. Generally, like I'm 100% for it. And now I also am for people doing what's necessary to make their relationship work.
right. Right. So for
So
like if I got a homie and his girl change the oil on the car, I'm not gonna be the one to be like, y'all tweaking. You should be doing that. I'm gonna be like, if it worked for y'all, it worked for y'all. Now
I
if my
might,
wife ain't
hey,
finna
I'm gonna
worry
I ain't
probably
gonna
about
say
lie.
you tweaking.
I ain't gonna lie. I will turn my head a little bit.
I'm me too, but again, ah, if
Wait a
y'all
minute.
cool, I gotta be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like we all
I
get in other people's business. What don't work for me ain't gotta work for you. Like
that's
listen, I don't believe in the gay community or whatever. I don't believe in that. When I say I don't believe in it, that means that that's not right for me. That's what anything I say I don't believe in, that means that that's not right for me. If it's right for you, I can't say a word about it. It's just like a person that eat chitlins. That ain't right for me. Will I buy you a bucket? Sure, if you need me to, but I don't want none. That's all I'm saying. You know, I don't look down on nobody because I'm not a perfect person. I don't know what perfect is. You feel me? But in the human form, I don't know what perfect is. I know God is perfect, and I'm not God, and neither are you. So with that being said, I don't get into all the judgmental things. I just feel that certain things are not for me,
Right, and
and
it's like
that's where that stops.
perfect example with the oil, right? If typically men handle certain the outward things of the house, right?
Right?
Like
Yeah.
the you know what, even some inward stuff. Like if you own your house and you have a clog in the sink, typically men do that, right? Typically men do car work, right? However, if you meet a man, if a man meets a woman who's a mechanic, so I
She
mean,
shouldn't. She shouldn't stop
You know
being
what this
one.
means, don't you? You know what this means, guys?
time to go. All right. Cool. All
No,
right,
I'm gonna
I'm
do
done.
better. What we gonna do is I'm gonna carve out and rearrange some stuff, and then we can probably do like 2 hours. But it's be only us. You see, they be leaving.
It's all right. Hey,
We
we
need
only clearly we only
dedicated
need
people.
it.
If you want to be dedicated on this panel Thursday night, don't forget, hop up here with us. Let's have a good time. We like to laugh, joke, problem solve, give our opinions. So yeah, come join us. Hit the like, comment, please subscribe, and support if you want to. That being said,
Absolutely.
I'm just another brown girl in America. I'd like to give a shout out to my guys. Thank you so much once again for joining me. Thank you, Maul, everybody, Jay, every day, everybody that hung out with us today. We appreciate you. It's been fun. But yep, that's how it goes. Yeah.
Let's see.